Hello, everybody, and welcome to Angels News. I'm Rakefet Beka. I'm a spiritual guide and a teacher for practical channeling, and we are here every Tuesday at this time to talk about Angels News. And today we have some new information about the future and about this time that we are in. So if you're joining me, say hello and tell me that you can hear me, and you can send hearts and obviously share with more people, because I'm sure people would like to know more about the future. People are always curious about it, but it's actually the future of our whole planet. So it's important for us to know because we're going to talk about what we have to do now at this time in order to go to the future that we want to be in and to bring it into our life already. So I see you joining me. Hello, Teen and Anna. And now I see Angela. Hello. So let's get started because we have a lot to talk about. So first of all, if you have people that you think that will enjoy this information, please share with them. You can tag them. You can just send them. And hopefully they will hear it and spread it as well, because we do have a lot to talk about. So if you have seen the weekly message on Sunday, the weekly message came from Michal, which is the wife of King David. And she actually told us to pay attention and to look at the past years that we have going through, and to see all the changes and all the growth that we did in these years, because we need to know that we have finished some process and we are now starting a new process. Now, the process that we have finished is the process of cleaning our fears, cleaning karma. And now we are starting a new process, the entire world, but each of one also separately. Now, in the morning, when I asked them, what are we going to talk about in Angels News? They told me to paint a painting. So I'm going to show you the painting. It's not a special painting. You will see the drawing in a minute. So it looks like this. Okay. You see this? This is a spiral in the middle. And all around the spiral, there are small rounds. Okay. I hope you can see them. If not, tell me. I'll bring it closer. And they told me this is actually the dimension of time. And when I asked them, well, I said, well, I don't understand. They said, well, you used to think about time as past and present and future. You used to thinking about a line, like a line. There is a past, there is the present, and there is the future. Now, you already know that this is not the dimension of time. It doesn't look like this. But what we are showing you now, this drawing, is actually the way the dimension of time do look like. And it's actually that each person, each soul, to be accurate, has its own dimension of time. So those circles here, the rounds that are around the spiral is in the middle. The circles that is around it are actually our different lifetimes, different carnations. And when we are in the spiral, this is where we are now. This is the dimension of time of what we are experiencing now, the middle, the spiral that you see in the middle. And it actually help us understand about the process that we are doing here on Earth, on planet Earth, every time that our soul decide to come here. So it's actually that all those lifetimes are happening now. We know that already. It's not past lifetime. It's not future lifetime. It's happening now. This is the circles, the small circles all around it. And the small circles are happening now. Now, in each lifetime, we have lessons, we have fears, we have desires that we didn't bring into action. We have fears that we haven't dealt with. We have karma that we need to finish. And in this lifetime, because we are more aware, because we are more, our spiritual development is higher than it used to be, than it is, if I'm accurate, than it is in another lifetime. So this lifetime, we are ready to help our soul finish karma in all lifetimes together. So what is actually happening is that when we are growing, the dimension of time is not a linear time, it's actually a spiral, and we are going up. And we've talked about it before, but now that they've shown us this, we can really understand it, because they are saying, okay, you have fears in this circle maybe. So now every time that you go to this circle, every time that you're doing the spiral and you meet this circle, you meet this lifetime, you see the fear there, and now you can help him. You are dealing with that fear again that you have experienced in that lifetime, but you are in a higher level of consciousness. So you're not experiencing that fear on the same level of survival that you used to experience when your soul is now in this lifetime. Because you, the soul that you are inside you now, is a dimension of time. You're walking up and up on the spiral, and your spiritual development process is higher, and your spiritual consciousness is higher, and you can now look at this fear and understand how to help that soul that is there, that is part of your soul, to experience that fear. So what we are doing now, the process that we are in now, is not experiencing again the fears in those lifetimes. It's actually looking at that fear from a higher level and understanding how to deal with it, and sending also love and sending strength to that part of our soul that is in this lifetime, in order to help her finish the karma with this fear, and to know how to deal with this fear. So the dimension of time, what we can understand from it, is that it's not something that we need to go back in order to finish. We are doing it all the time. So all the time we are coming back into that dimension, into that circle. We are looking at that circle. We see that fear, but from a higher level of consciousness. And what we have more there is desires that we didn't fulfill, and then we have the opportunity to finish it and to bring it into action, to fulfill our mission, and to bring our desires into fulfillment in this lifetime, when we meet it in those circles, in those lifetimes that we see every time that we meet with this circle. Now, what happens more is that there are people in our life that we have lessons with. And those people are actually, if you see, I have two circles there. So one is you, and the other one is a member of your family, maybe. And you have together, you see here, you have circles together that you're actually doing together the same lifetime. And there's a lot of lifetime, there's a lot of people, a lot of souls that are going with us a lot of lifetimes, and this is the way that it looks. So the dimension of time for me, for instance, is this, and my sister is this, and there is my father and my mother, and they're all related together. We all have lifetimes that we are in together, but each one of us has this dimension of time of his own. Every soul have this dimension of time of his own. And it's important for us to understand, hello, Cheryl. It's important for us to understand that, because the lesson that we are going into now is the lesson of unity. And actually, yesterday I had an interview. Someone interviewed me, and we might do the interview in English as well. And during the interview, he asked me to channel, and he asked a lot of questions about the future. And Sarah and Abraham came and gave us the answers, and they had a lot to say. They talked about the future. They told us how the future is going to look like. And what they described us is that in the future, we know that we are in a lesson now of unity. The entire world is in a lesson of unity. We used to be in lesson of survival, and after that of self-proof, and now we are in a lesson of unity and being oneness. And they said that in the future, when we will learn how to be in this lesson, and we will actually make it happen, when we will be already in unity, the way that our life will look like is that we will live in small communities. Now, each community will have a part, will have a job, will have a specialty, something that she's doing best. Okay, so maybe someone will be in electricity, and another community will work in I don't know, in cars, and another if we'll have cars, maybe it will be only flying cars, and another community will work in gardening, and all kind of different things, and other will be in food. And then those communities will be by giving and taking. So I need a car, so our community will receive a car for the entire community, and our community will bring food to the other community. Now, during that time, what will happen is that we will not stay all our life in the same community. We will do lessons, we will finish a lesson, and then we will leave this community and go to another community. So we will not have to leave this universe, we will not have to die, we will not have to leave this body in order to start a new lifetime. We will do it by moving from one community to another and learning something new about ourselves. Now, he asked in the channeling, he asked, so are all the community going to be big or small? And the answer was that some communities will be big, and these will be the communities that will know how to help their people. And the other communities are going to be small, and these are going to be the communities that people will come there in order to finish things. And it will be difficult for them to be in this community, but it's important to reach to those communities as well, because they are going to help us finish the process that we are in. And instead of dying and leaving our physical body, we will finish our role in that community, and everyone will know, because it's something that will happen to everyone. And then we will go to a new community and we'll find new abilities in us, and we'll bring new abilities to fulfillment in this new community that we're going to be in. So this is just a little bit about how the future is going to be, but it's related to the dimension of time that they showed us, because there are all kind of communities, and then there's this spiral that the person is going from one community to another and another and another, and then going to another higher level of consciousness, again meeting those people from another perspective, because he's now in another level of consciousness and he can look on it differently. So I hope that this is clear. And if not, feel free to write down your questions, because I know that it might be new information. It was new for me. And I feel that we are blessed that they are sharing this information with us, because it means that we can really, now we can really receive that information, and we can really know how to deal with it and not be afraid of it. So when we finish the lesson of self-proof, which is something that happened only in these 2 years now, and we started this lesson of unity and being united and oneness, what happened is that we had to finish and cleaning all the karma and all the fears and all the unfinished business that we had with this thing, with proving ourselves. And this is the thing that we've gone through this 2 years, the last 2 years. In about 3 weeks ago, we finished that process. And still people are saying, but I still have fears, but I still feel that I haven't finished it. So they came here this week to tell us, you have finished this process. Now, every time that you see a fear raising, that you feel the fear, you need to remember that this fear is already done. It's already finished in this lifetime, in this lesson of the world. It's belonged to that. So you need to look at that fear and tell yourself that you're going to grow out of it, and you're not going to take it on you again. Okay, now I know that what I'm saying is something that we need to learn how to do, but this is the beginning of this process, because we are now starting a new lifetime in this dimension of time, and we are starting a new lifetime without leaving our body. We are all here, all of us that are here now have started already, because this process have started about 3 weeks ago. And they want us now to understand that every time that fear raises in us, it doesn't belong to us anymore. Okay, it belonged to the old us. It belonged to that soul that had finished that lesson already. We are not there. We need to look at that fear and to ask, how am I going to grow from it? And to remember that we are in a higher perspective now. Okay, Tina, I see your question. I will have a look in a second. I just want to remember if there is something more that they told us. Okay, so they said also that there are some wishes and desires that we haven't fulfilled in another lifetime, in all kind of lifetimes. And when we meet those desires, we need to look at them and we need to ask ourselves, what is the meaning of that desire that we haven't fulfilled yet? And is this meaning still important to me in this time? If it does, I need to give it an answer, and it means that I need to find a way to fulfill it. It doesn't mean that I have to do exactly the same thing that I thought that I'm going to do, but it means that I still need to find out what is the meaning for me, for my development, and to bring that meaning into my life in order to help me develop from that unfulfilled wish that I wanted to bring into my life and I didn't do in another lifetime. Okay, let's see your question, and then I'll have a look if there's another thing that you want us to talk about. Okay. Do you mean that we are going from one community to another in the same lifetime, and does our family move together from one to another community? Okay, so yes, we are going to move from one community to another, and our family will come with us, but until a certain point. I mean, our kids will come with us until they will grow old and they will go by themselves. And relationship, if you are doing the process and you're growing together, well, it's kind of like what is happening now. People get married, and some people stay together, and some people get divorced and maybe find a new partner. And when I remember when my parents got divorced, and my mother got married again, and then she got divorced again. And I remember asking the angels about it, because in Judaism, you have that saying that before a baby is born, 40 days before the baby is actually created, there is a sound in heaven that say, this soul is going to be together with this soul, and there's already decided who is going to be the one for them. And it's something that I learned and I heard about when I was a little girl. And when my mother got, my parents got divorced, and then she got married, and I asked the angels, well, how can it be if there is a sound in heaven said that she meant to be with my father, so how come she's now getting married to another person? And how can it be that it's happening at all? And I remember that they told me that the answer is that there's a lot of potentials for us in this lifetime. And it's not that she's meant to be only with that one person. She's meant to be with that one person when she's in this level of consciousness, of spiritual development, and when he's in the same level as well. And then if one of them is changing his level of consciousness, his level of spirituality, and the other person is not doing anything, they're starting not, they feel that they don't match anymore, and then people separate. And also now one of them can raise their energy, and the other one may be in a lower position, but you'll still do the changes as well, so they can stay together as long that they keep going at the same level, the same rhythm. They don't have to be in the same level, but they need to develop on the same rhythm. And if they're not and they're separated, so there's another person that will match that level again, and they will meet and they can be together as well. So there's a lot of potentials in each lifetime, more than usually 3 that I can see, but sometimes there is more. And when it will be in the future, so if that person is going to be in the same level with us, he will keep, or not in the same level, but in the same rhythm of growth with us, he will keep going with us from one community to another. But if not, so we might separate, and it will be for our own good, because each one of us need to be in a separate rhythm, and spirituality development, and it's important for all our souls. We know that already. So thank you for that question, Teen. I hope that it was okay. I see that you say that you understand. Okay, great. Okay, so there is another thing that we want to understand, is that they told us that in the next initiation, they will help us, they will wire us with golden wires beyond the dimension of time. So I asked them, how can they wire us beyond the dimension of time if this is the dimension of time that they showed me? What does it mean? So they say that the process that we are go through this month is going to be that it's not just that the vibrations are here, okay? They are here, it's already here. And we have done a lot of process, a lot of things for our body to be able to contain these vibrations in us. But now they want us to be wired by our nerves to different lifetimes, and to help those lifetimes as well to receive those vibrations. Because, as I said, this is all happening at the same time. So if this is happening in the same time as there's no past and there's no future, that means that those vibrations are here now. And if I'll say it past me, okay, so me maybe in the Holocaust is going to be very difficult to receive those new vibrations. So the wires that they want us to, the process of actually rewinding us with the golden wires is going to help us in all dimension, in all lifetimes, in the entire dimension of time, to be able to use those new vibrations. Because at the moment, if we don't know how to use it, it's one thing to have it around us, but it's another thing to actually have it in us and to start using them is a third level of understanding the vibrations. So what they're going to do for us this month is actually wire us to those new vibrations by golden wires, and to wire all the lifetimes as well, all the parts of the souls in all lifetimes, with the part obviously of the higher part of us in heaven, so that we will be able to use those vibrations in our body. And it's going to be, the wires are going to be related to our nerves, because our nerve system is what I really need to know how to receive those vibrations. At the moment, what happened is that if we will not go through that process, which is happening already, we might feel too tired, or maybe very happy, very anxiety, maybe all kind of things that is like someone is touching our nerves, like they are open. There's an open wound, and the nerves are open, and it feels that our body don't know how to receive this information and to use it. So we're going to go through that process. So if you will feel in this coming month that your nerves are on the edge, okay, it can be for both ways. It can be for good and can be for bad. It can be tiredness, it can be very high. So if it's something that is not comfortable for you, so you need to say that you are willing and you are letting the angels rewire your nerves into those new vibrations. It's something that they will do for us. There's going to be the initiation next week, and the initiation will help the entire world to receive those wires as well. But if you feel that, so please say that you are ready for your letting them do it for you, because this is something that we need to be doing in order to understand how to use those new vibrations. Now, in one of the questions that they asked yesterday in the interview is how are we going to bring our world as it is now in that future that they told us, that they are talking to us about. So they said that what we have to do now is to be able to bring people into a higher level of consciousness, a higher level of spirituality. But we are not in charge of other people. We cannot take responsibility for other people. What we can do is help them be happy. Now, all people when someone is happy, as many people as possible that are happy, it's raising the vibration immediately. So it will be complimenting other people, it will be smiling to other people, and at the same time smiling to myself. So at the moment, what we need to do is to help ourselves and other people just be happy. This will bring our higher level of consciousness globally into another level, and then And then what will happen is we will be ready to see the respect that we have for one another. So be respectful, be happy, smile, congratulate people, compliment people, and just help other people to see the good things that there are in life. Now, if they're not willing to see, you don't have to push it. You don't have the responsibility to make them see that. You will do your own part by seeing that in you. And this is all we can do at the moment. Now, the thing is that now is already happening, that people are starting to think as a community. I know that in Israel there are new communities now, and a lot of work is being done now in Israel about thinking about how to live in a community and how to not use money, but using give and take economy, and we will find a way, but we're just starting. So by raising our happiness vibration and sending more happiness to other people, this is what we need to do now. Okay, and this future that I told you about, it's happening already, because there is no future, so it's already around us. We just need to be ready to see it. And when we are in a higher level of consciousness, when we are happy, when we are feeling excited, we see it. We see it around us. We start seeing the community. We start seeing those people that are willing just to give, and you feel that you want to give, and other people are happy to receive, not to take. So this is the time we are in now. Giving because we want to give, and receiving because other people want to give as well. And we are happy to be there and to give and receive and to smile, to help other people to raise their energy as well. So, wow, a lot of information. And they said also that the dimension of time have a lot of movement in it. It's not just a dimension. There's a lot of move in it. A lot of things are changing there. So we are changing because we are reacting to the changes that are happening in another lifetime, even though we don't remember it. We think that it's in the past, but it's now, it's in the present, happening in front of us every time that we meet this lifetime. So it's all the time we are related to what already happened to us and those lessons that we have experienced in this lifetime, different lifetimes. So we are already changing. Every small change that we are doing is affecting those lifetime and also affecting us again. So it's like a mirror, give and take, give and receive, like I said before. So this is all the information for today. I know it's a lot, so I hope you're okay. If you have any questions, feel free to write it down, and feel free to share, as I said before. Thank you so much for being with me. And I wanted to show you something. It's something that actually arrived just today. These are my new cards. They are now in Hebrew. It says, "See the light and choose your path." And it's actually messages for spiritual development from light entities. And these are the cards. These are my cards. And I actually got a message to do them in English as well, but I still haven't done it. So soon, it will happen soon. This is in Hebrew at the moment. Look at them, how pretty they are, right? I just love it. I just received it now. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here with me, with the angels. And I see you saying thank you. The future sounds amazing. Yes, I agree completely. And it's here. It's the future and the present in the same time. And we are experiencing just a little bit by a little baby steps. We will experience that moment. We will get to it. So it's here. Love you. Thank you. Please share this live, and we'll see you again next week. Bye.